Chris Galis.
Good evening. An increasingly dark cloud hangs over the head of a Richmond RCMP officer involved in a fatal crash 3 nights ago. It turns out he failed a breathalyzer test after that crash and is now facing possible criminal charges. And it turns out that he was one of 4 officers present a year ago when Robert Jacansky was tasered at Vancouver Airport and died. Tonight, the officer is suspended from the force and has a court date early in the new year.
At about 10 Saturday night on 6th Avenue near Gilchrist in Tsawwassen, a westbound motorcycle collided head-on with an eastbound Jeep. 21-year-old Orion Hutchinson died at the scene. Delta police say the driver of the Jeep was an off-duty RCMP officer who allegedly had been drinking. Police say he failed the breathalyzer test. When Delta started to investigate this case, they found out not only was this an off-duty RCMP officer, but he was an officer of some fame. He was involved in the taser-related death of Robert Jacansky at Vancouver International Airport 1 year ago. There were 4 RCMP officers involved in that taser-related death. Tonight, police will not reveal which of these officers is now facing a charge of impaired driving causing death.
There's no reason to detain this individual. It could be anybody in any segment of the society. If they don't have a criminal record, if they've had a consistent employment record, address for the last couple of years, no reason to detain them because you have no indication they may not appear in court.
In addition to possible impaired driving causing death, the officer allegedly involved in Saturday's crash could also face criminal charges stemming from last October's tasering incident. But that investigation is more than a year old with no new developments. And the question is, had the RCMP dealt with the airport incident more quickly, perhaps a second death could have been averted.
I am disappointed that it has taken this long. I think that the family and the public are entitled to a more expeditious process. It's been over a year.
I want to be very clear that the RCMP has not delayed any proceedings whatsoever. The RCMP fully intends to cooperate with the Braidwood inquiry that's scheduled to begin in January, but on the advice of Crown Counsel, we cannot yet submit our full investigational file over to the inquiry because that would at the same time make all that information public. We haven't yet heard if there are going to be any criminal charges against any of the members involved in the tasering incident.
As for Saturday's fatal collision, police will not reveal what blood alcohol level was recorded, nor would they confirm or deny that 2 children were inside the Jeep with the officer at the time of the crash. The driver is free on a promise to appear in court January 15th.
Ribbons are attached to a pole near the corner of 6th Avenue and Gilchrist, the Tsawwassen intersection where 21-year-old Orion Hutchinson's motorcycle collided with a Jeep, allegedly driven by an impaired off-duty Mountie.
You can tell this has affected people in the community of Tsawwassen. People have left flowers, cards, and nearby the bouquets there's wreckage, including what appears to be a broken handle from a motorcycle brake.
Friends of the Hutchinson family arrive at the location stunned by what happened last weekend.
I've known Judith for a number of years, the mom, for about 10 years, and she's just such a kind person, has helped so many people all the time in their hours of need. And now we're just trying to do something for her.
Orion's mom, Judith, is well known in the fitness community. A few months ago, she was helping at the local Terry Fox run. Today, the Hutchinson family gathered in their home saying they didn't want to comment. People who visited the memorial are upset over allegations an off-duty RCMP officer who drove the Jeep failed a breathalyzer test.
I just can't believe this has happened. I really can't believe this has happened. And someone like that, you know, you think they'd know better and set an example.
Another woman who left some flowers knows what it's like to be victimized by an impaired driver.
We had a drunk driver drive through our home. Yeah, and I've never forgotten it. And I think that's why it hits me hard, is because they just, you know, you end up being the victims. This family is going to carry this for a long time. And I feel so very sad.
Friends of the family have started the Orion Hutchinson Trust Fund. It's located at the Tsawwassen branch of TD Canada Trust.
Well, as it happens, on the same day that a cop is facing allegations of drunk driving, the RCMP and provincial government announce another crackdown on drinking and driving.